It's Wednesday, March 14th, 2018, and the football world is a rich and magical place. On today's show, we'll review the results from the Champions League, including Manchester United falling against Sevilla. The Group C Super League is suspended, yes, the entire league, and we'll tell you who's responsible. An English football pundit keeps his saliva to himself, or fails to, and is paying the price. West Ham might be forced to play for no one, and Atlanta United sets a new record for gallons of sweet tea consumed at a soccer match. I mean, an MLS attendance record. Stick around for all that and more. I'm Jason Davis, and this is Davis Up Front. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Davis Up Front. I'm Jason Davis. That's why. Okay. It's Wednesday, March 14th, 2018, and the football world is a rich and magical place. On today's show, we'll review the results of the Champions League as Manchester United crashes out of the competition against Sevilla. The Group C Super League is suspended, yes, the entire league, and we'll tell you who was responsible for that. And an English football pundit fails to keep his saliva in his mouth and is paying the price. West Ham might be forced to play games for nobody, and Atlanta United sets a new record for gallons of sweet tea consumed. I mean, an MLS attendance record. Stick around for all of that and more. I'm Jason Davis, and this is Davis Up Front. Hello, boys and girls. Jason Davis here. This is Davis Up Front for Tuesday, March 14th. Working out all the kinks here for you on a Tuesday. Let's start in the Champions League on... Sorry, it's Wednesday. What the hell is wrong with me? Let's try this. It's Wednesday, March 14th, 2018, and the football world is a rich and magical place. On today's show, we'll review the results from the weekend and the results of the Champions League as Manchester United crashes out against Sevilla. The Group Super League is suspended, yes, the whole league, and we'll tell you who's responsible. And an English football pundit fails to keep his saliva to himself and is paying the price. West Ham might be forced to play games for no one, and Atlanta United sets a new record for gallons of sweet tea consumed at an MLS attendance record. Stick around for all that and more. I'm Jason Davis, and this is Davis Up Front. Jason Davis with you here on a Wednesday. Very excited to be with you on the first ever Davis Up Front. Let's just work on talking about some of the It's Wednesday, March 14th, 2018, and the football world is a rich and magical place. On today's show, we'll review the results from the weekend, including United's Rashfordian takedown of Liverpool at Old Trafford and Manchester United crashing out of the Champions League on Tuesday. The Greek Super League is suspended. Yes, the entire league. We'll tell you who's responsible for that. An English football pundit fails to keep his saliva to himself and is paying the price. West Ham United might be forced to play for nobody. And Atlanta United sets a new record for gallons of sweet tea consumed at a soccer game. I mean MLS attendance record. Stick around for all of that and more. I'm Jason Davis, and this is Davis Up Front. Hello, boys and girls. We'll get the graphics right here. Champions League action on Tuesday is where we start on this particular episode of Davis Up Front. Manchester United falling to Sevilla 2-1 at Old Trafford. Not exactly what they were looking for in terms of a performance for Manchester United and Jose Mourinho. Take a look at the stats here. Obviously, not a good look for Manchester United. They win the possession battle just barely. Outshot at home at Old Trafford by Sevilla. Sevilla 6 shots to 3 on goal. Corners, obviously, Manchester United with a slight lead there. And fouls really don't matter in the end if you can't get the points you need, the goals you need rather, to get through into the Champions League quarterfinals. Manchester United now missing out on that competition, and we'll obviously have to see if there's any fallout here for Jose Mourinho, a gentleman who doesn't seem to understand the danger that he's in with this particular situation. Okay, so that's what I have to do. All right, stop. I was getting better. Getting better. There's going to be mistakes. Holy shit, are there going to be mistakes? It's Wednesday, March 14th, 2018, and the football world is a rich and magical place. On today's show, we'll review the results from the Champions League as Manchester United crashes out to Sevilla at home. The Greek Super League is suspended. Yes, the entire league. We'll tell you who's responsible. An English football pundit fails to keep his saliva to himself and now is paying the price. West Ham, they might be playing games for nobody. And Atlanta United sets a new record for gallons of sweet tea consumed at a soccer game. I mean MLS attendance. Stick around for all of that and more. I'm Jason Davis, and this is Davis Up Front. Hello, boys and girls. This is Jason Davis. Welcome to Davis Up Front for Wednesday, March 14th. Let's start with the Champions League. Manchester United falling to Sevilla yesterday, 2-1 at Old Trafford. Definitely not a good look for Manchester United and Jose Mourinho, who seemed to want to play this one off. Manchester United, a club with big aspirations, big money spent, but ultimately no results to show for it when it comes to the Champions League. Now, Jose wanted to make excuses after the match and suggested, hey, look, this is just what Manchester United does. Funny from the man who coaches the club. Look at the stats, obviously show the story here for Manchester United. Despite edging possession just a little bit, and they ultimately lost the battle for shots and shots on goal. Not a good look for Manchester United as they attempt to climb back to their place among the world elite. And a situation where now, as we look at the future of Manchester United, second place in the Premier League, not likely to catch City in this particular season, you wonder how much longer Jose Mourinho will ultimately be at that club. Elsewhere in the Champions League, on a Tuesday, Roma has advanced past Shakhtar on away goals, 2-2 on aggregate. Roma getting the away goal necessary to get through there. Today in the Champions League, on a Wednesday, Besiktas hosting Bayern Munich in the return leg. Very little hope for the Turkish side, down 5-0 to the German Giants. Bayern expected to rest some players, and most of the questions around Bayern Munich right now relate to whether or not Frank Ribéry and Jupp Heynckes will be returning for next season. Chelsea is hosting Barcelona. That's the big one today. Obviously, Barcelona with an away goal after the first leg at Stamford Bridge. Now, this game at the Camp Nou, we'll see if Chelsea and Antonio Conte can play the quote-unquote perfect game that Conte says must be played in order to beat Barcelona. Good news for the Blaugrana. Iniesta back in the team after an injury scare, and Lionel Messi returns after missing Saturday's match against Malaga, which he was gone because of the birth of his child. Chelsea boss Antonio Conte, of course, talking about the perfect game that Chelsea must play in order to beat Barcelona, playing down his team's chances. Maybe that's to lower expectations, take some pressure off of his team. Now, when we get the results on Wednesday, we'll have the Champions League quarterfinal draw on Friday, 11 a.m. GMT, open draw. Anybody against anybody, no restrictions on countries or leagues or anything like that. There are 6 teams through, obviously waiting for the last 2 here on Wednesday. Manchester City, Liverpool, Real Madrid, the defending champions, Juventus, Sevilla, and Roma. We're looking at the quarterfinal draw for the Champions League coming up at the end of the week, giving us some juicy matchups, we're sure. Now, elsewhere in England, a bit of news when it comes to Jamie Carragher, the Sky football pundit who is known as a Liverpool great. This gentleman decided that after United's match against Liverpool on the weekend, in which United beats Liverpool, a couple of fans decided to give Cara the business on the road. If you haven't seen this video, it is fascinating. There you see the daughter of the gentleman taking the video saying that Jamie Carragher spat on his daughter. Now, obviously, that's not a good look for Jamie Carragher to be spitting on people. Now, I don't understand here exactly what Jamie thinks he's achieving with this. Oh man, I was so close. I was doing so good. I gotta be relaxed. I just gotta relax. All right, that's a good take. I gotta go do the radio show.